TraderCobb Crypto Podcast. This is the TraderCobb Crypto Podcast.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TraderCobb Crypto Show. Hope you've had a great weekend. We're back in the driver's seat. I can't wait for the week ahead. It's going to be an absolute cracker no matter what happens, and I'm looking at the market right now. I'm going to walk you through what I see as being something that's highly probable this week, update you on a few bits and pieces, and also get you ready for the week ahead. First of all though, guys, I need to let you know that I sponsor this show currently. It's the TraderCobb Crypto Show, sponsored by TraderCobb.com. Now, at TraderCobb.com, we educate clients to learn to become the best trader they can be. I do not provide a tipping service. I do not do a signal service. I teach you the strategies that I use day to day to implement and execute a flawless trade. Now, whether you can flawlessly execute or not is up to you, and it's up to your practice, but I can certainly give you the tools for that. You can jump on the website right now, TraderCobb.com, and sign up to a free month on our Market View subscription, whereby you'll get access to a number of the videos, learn some of the lingo, and see what I do and my team gets up to. So jump across to TraderCobb.com, and I look forward to helping you further. Okay, top 10, let's have a look at Bitcoin right now, because it's basically back in the area that I said I was looking for a potential short. Well, I'd be happy to take a short from. It's been grinding from 7,000-ish back up to 7,800, and it's just chipping away. It just tapped just shy of the 50% Fibonacci if we draw it on the daily time frame. It's right back in that cradle zone right now, and it is in a prime position to look for shorting opportunities. Only on the daily though, only on the daily. It's grinding higher on the 4 hour. There is higher highs and higher lows. There is convergence, and it does look very strong at the moment. But the fact of the matter has to be stated, and you cannot get past this. Again, we see it time and time again, guys. We saw it off the bounce of 8,000. People getting all over excited, believing that we're going to see a huge bounce in the market, and that was going to be the floor, that was going to be the bottom, but it wasn't. Now, don't be surprised if this isn't either. Don't be surprised if 7,000 is not the point at which we find the lowest mark before our next leg higher. As a matter of fact, will the next leg higher come immediately off a low? Potentially no. We might see it consolidate. We might see nothing much really going on for quite some time. That being said, I trade what I see. I look at the charts. I don't think. You will hear me say I think sometimes, but it's more about an understanding for direction in the market. I trade by what I know, and I know probabilities in trading. So right now, what am I looking at with Bitcoin? Where do I think it's going to go? Well, right now, it just looks like it might just continue to grind a little bit more. There's no sign of any weakness on the lower time frames. There's no sign of any weakness on the higher time frames. The thing that I do stand by is that we still have a lower high. The last lower high was set at, what was that, 81.72, and our lower low was 7,058. Pulling back in now. I've been watching this all week. I've been calling it for quite some time. I pull back into 7,800 up to even 8,000. Where we are right now looks about right though, in terms of where the cradle zone's pulled back into right now, and we're about the 50% fib zone. So if I was to see a small bearish candle form, say, after the next 24-hour candle is formed, then if it's small and bearish and it fits my crypto cradle rules, then I will be happy to take a short trade. So what I'm trying to get at is, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't think too much. Don't believe too much. Trade what you see. Now, what else am I seeing across the market? Well, Ethereum is back up above 586, back above the $600 mark. It looks fairly strong for the time being, both on the mid time frames and on the higher time frames. Now, I took a short on Bitcoin Cash way back at, what was it, about $1,200, roughly about that region there, and it was a hedge for my portfolio. Now, people have been asking me, where are you moving your stop on the hedge? And I've been saying to them, I have not. And they've been saying, what if you get stopped out? And I've been saying, that is the point. So the point is, for a hedge, is that if the market does continue to cascade and fall and lose value, my portfolio will also cascade, fall, and lose value. Now, I didn't have the hedge perfect, because it is very difficult to hedge perfectly in crypto at the moment, being that everything moves so erratically and at different times and whatnot. It's much, much more difficult to hedge and say, you know, for foreign exchange risk. But with the hedge, I was actually, my hedge wasn't keeping up with the pace at which my portfolio was falling, which is fine. It was just it was good to see one account growing while the other account decreased. Right now, I've got no reason to move anything. The hedge still remains in place, even though Bitcoin Cash is still very bullish looking right now in terms of the 4 hour. The daily could still turn it at any minute, and because Bitcoin is right up in that cradle zone, if it is to turn and start to fall back, then I will still be short Bitcoin Cash. Now, if I get stopped out of Bitcoin Cash, I don't mind. It doesn't matter. People say, well, hang on, why wouldn't you just close it at break even, or move your stop loss? Well, that wasn't the purpose of the trade, guys. The purpose of the trade was to hedge my portfolio, and it has done that. If I have to lose 1% or 2%, I can't remember, it was more than 1% that I risked on this trade to hedge my portfolio. But if I have to lose it, I am more than okay with that. The hedge is still valid, the market could still fall, and I still have what I call my helmet on. Looking at EOS, had a big weekend, had a big Saturday. Not much to do on Sunday, but had a big Saturday. Still a pretty ugly looking chart, if I'm honest with you. Cardano is sitting up there at the 61.8% fib, around that 23 cent mark at the old resistance, so that's looking back into that sell zone as well. Lumen sitting there broken above the level of 30 cents, but it's holding below right now. Neo also a small bearish candle in that sell zone. I'm not a major fan of the chart structure. IOTA has had a very decent pullback over the weekend. We saw that 4-hour grinding away nicely, not so much anymore. Ripple again, really nice trend on the 4-hour. The daily is just pushing a bit higher. It's above that 63 cent level, which is a significant level, and Litecoin also sitting back up in that region. So it's going to be interesting to see how we start the week. The weekend, as is often the case, not a great deal happens. Mind you, a lot more happened over the weekend this weekend than had happened over weekends past. So I think we're going to see a pretty good week this week. When I say good, I think we're going to see some momentum. Two things are going to happen because of where we're sitting right now in Bitcoin. If we see that bearish candle, we break down, we may see a push to the downside. That being said, we often see this, we might see that little bearish candle set, then break to the downside, and then create a higher low. Either way, I think we'll have a pretty active week this week. Whether there's good trades or not will depend on whether the direction continues, i.e. we get that bearish candle, or whether we're looking to the lower time frames for looking for intraday trades if we keep moving higher. Don't forget, there's a round number of 8,000 ahead. Don't forget, the market does move down as well as it moves up. Don't forget to manage your risk, guys. Don't forget to get across to TraderCobb.com. Have a great day. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. Check out TraderCobb.com because experience matters.